Hello everyone, welcome back to our Java learning series. In today's video, we will learn what is a class in Java, what are the contents of a class in Java, standard naming rules, Java keywords, identifiers and the rules. By the end of this video, you will understand how Java programs are structured and how to properly name classes, methods and variables. Let's get started. As I told you in the past video, what is a class? A class is a blueprint that is used to create the objects. So everything in Java is written inside a class. Now we'll see how to declare a class and what are the contents of a class. Let me write how to declare a class. So what is the syntax for that? So basically we'll be having a class and then class name, and then we'll be having the open curly braces and we'll be having the content. I'll write the content what we'll be having later. So, and then we'll be having the closed curly braces. So, this is the syntax and how to declare a class. Class name, and then contents of a class. And here, basically, it will be contents of a class and then closed curly braces. So, this is syntax of a class. How to declare a class. So, what are the contents of a class? What can be content within the class? What are these contents? So, contents can be, 1 minute guys. So contents can be what and all. First content is like variable. So class can contain variables, and then class can contain methods, and then class can contain blocks, and then class can contain nested classes. That is, a class within another class is called as a nested class, and then class can contain a constructor, and we have many other things that a class can contain. Okay, so these are the contents of the class. So what class can contain is like variable, method, block, nested class and constructor. What class does not contain? So basically, you know about the print statement, right? So print statement, system dot out dot println is a way to like to print a statement in Java. So if to print any statement, we cannot directly write like system dot out dot println I am sleeping in within a class directly. So if you want to print a statement, then you need to write it within the method. So for example, like void sleep, void sleep, and then open curly braces, and then system dot out dot println, and then I am sleeping. I'm sleeping, and then okay, I'm sleeping, and then close curly braces. So you cannot directly print a statement within the class, but you can write the print statement within the method and within the class like this. So this is a way. And even not only print statement, like even this if else loop or while loop. So this all statements you need to write within a method or within a block, not directly within a class. As I told you how to declare a class and what are the contents of a class, now let me give you an example of a class. So class, and then class name, let me take an example of human. Okay, class human, sorry, class human, and then open curly braces, and then string, and then name, and then void, and then speak, open bracket close bracket, and then again open curly braces, and then system dot out dot println of like hello, hello, and then close bracket, and then semicolon, and then again close open braces, and again close the close braces. Okay, close braces. So this is the example of a class. So what I told you, syntax of a class is basically like our class name. So class, I've written the same thing, and class name, instead of a class name, I've written human. Let me tell you like about the class name later. So take an example of a class name like human. Okay, class human, and then open bracket, and within the class what all contents can be allowed, like variables, methods, blocks, nested class and constructor, right? So I've written here a variable. Okay, variable, that is name. Okay, so string is a data type. So basically string name, and then methods are also allowed. So void speak, and inside that I have written system dot out dot println. As I told you, I cannot directly write the print statement inside the class, but I can write the print statement within the method. So this is one of the example of a class, how to create this. Seen the contents of the class, right? Now we'll see what is his class name. As I told you, I'll tell later what is his class name. So I've taken in this example class name as human. So basically what is his class name? So class name should be a noun. Okay, class name should be a noun. Noun is nothing but any naming component. Like it should be any name, like product name, customer name, anything. It basically it should be a name. Okay, class name should be basically any name. Okay, so this is one of the rule. So to create a class name, there are some standard rules. So what is that first rule? First rule, it should be basically, it should be a noun. It should be any name. And second rule is basically, while declaring this class name, we should follow the Pascal case. That is, what is this Pascal case? Basically, here human. I have taken the example of human, right? So, in this word, human is one word. In this word, the first letter should be always capital letter. So, it should be always capital letter. Then it says Pascal. So, this is the Pascal case where in the word, the first letter is the capital. So, for if we have two words, for example, bank customer, bank customer. In this case, there are two words, right? Bank and customer. So bank is one word, customer is one word. In this bank word, the first letter should be capital, and in second word, that is customer, the first letter should be capital. So B is capital and C is also capital. So this is the Pascal case. So basically, class name should be a noun, means it should be any naming word. It should be any name. And the second rule is what? While declaring the class name, we should follow the Pascal case. What is Pascal case? That if it is one word or two words, the first letter should be capital. And what is the third standard rule while declaring the class name? Is basically file name should be same as the class name. For example, we have written a program and we are saving that file. Okay, we are saving that file, and that at the time, how will we save the file in Java? Basically, file name dot java, right? So this here file name should be same as the class name. In this example, what I have taken the class name human, right? So this file name should be same as the class name, means I should save the file as human human sorry human.java. So file name should be same as the class name. In this example, human is the class name. So I'm saving it as human.java. So no need to like what it is compulsory to follow the standard rules. No, but if we follow these rules, it will be like quite easy to run the programs. So human.java. And next, the fourth rule is basically file should be saved in .java extension. So any file that is containing the Java programs, you need to save that files in .java extension. Okay, .java extension. So basically, what are the four standard rules to declare a class name are? First, class name should be a noun, and then while declaring this class name, we should follow the Pascal case. That is, every word should in every word the first letter should be capital, and the third standard rule is file name should be same as the class name. So in this example, the class name is human, so we saved the file as the human.java. And the fourth standard rule is file should be saved in .java extension. Whatever the file that contains the Java programs, we need to save it with .java extension. So far, we have seen how to declare a class and how to declare a class name, and what are the standard rules to declare a class name, and what are the contents of a class. Now, we will see the topic, that is keywords. Okay. You might have heard the word keywords, right? So I'll give you proper explanation about the keywords. So what are these keywords? For example, take an example. Okay, you'll go to your mother and you'll ask that I am hungry. Okay, I'm hungry, mama. Please feed me. So what is this word hungry? So basically, it is a universal word. So if you are feeling hungry, you'll go to any person and you'll go to a restaurant, or you go to any person in the world, and if you tell I am hungry, they'll understand by the word hungry that you are hungry, you wanted to have some food. So basically these are some keywords, right, that every person in the world will know. So like that, even there are some predefined words that the machine will also understand. So basically keywords are also called as reserved words. These words are reserved. So keywords are also called as reserved words. Words are reserved already. They have some meaning, so predefined meaning. So keywords are also called as reserved words, and keywords are the predefined words that have some meaning, that have some meaning. Okay, that have some meaning. So in our case, in human error, we have hungry, sleep. These all words can be understood by any person in the world. These are the like keywords we use random, like in our daily life. So even these keywords like are used by the machine in the programs. So these are the reserved words. These are the predefined words that have some meaning. In this case, like in the in this case, like keywords, these words cannot be used as the identifiers. Okay, so basically identifiers are different and the keywords are different. So these words cannot be used as the identifiers. I'll tell you what are the identifiers later. So in Java, we have total 55 keywords. Okay, in Java we have totally how many keywords? 55 keywords. Okay, let me give I'll okay, you can search in the Google. You'll get all the 55 keywords in what we are using in Java. But I'll give you some keywords. Like example, we have class. Okay, as I told you in this example, see class, there is a, if I tell you class, so basically the Java will understand what if I am creating a class, it will understand directly. Okay, you're creating a class and it will take as the class. So these are some keywords. So class we have, and then we have public, and next we have if, next we have else, and then we have for, and then we have while, and then we have return. So we have many keywords. Around 55 keywords are there in Java. So when you learn these 55 keywords, almost core Java will be completed. So there are totally 55 keywords that we basically use in this Java program. So keywords are basically reserved words or predefined words that have some meaning that can be understood by the machines. Okay, and these are the 55 keywords that we'll be using in Java programs. So Java contains many reserved words, are 55. So Java is a case sensitive programming language. So what is case sensitive? For example, so I've written here class, right? So basically, all the 55 keywords in Java are like case sensitive, guys. See, as you observe, see class, public, if, else, for, while, return. There are many like around 55 keywords, right? But I've given you the this example. See, so in every word, the first letter is small, right? First letter is small. So the Java, how it understand is like it will consider this keywords as case sensitive. So if you write class, the first letter, if it is small, then only it will accept it as a keyword. But see, you observe like in this all these words, the first letter is small. So Java is sensitive. Means like basically it will consider like keywords. So a first letter is small, right? For example, if you write as just 1 minute, guys. For example, if you write as capital CLASS, then it is not going to consider this as a keyword because Java is case sensitive. So all the keywords, 55 keywords, the first letter is small. So it is going to accept all the keywords that are starting with a small cap. So there is a small letters. Okay, if the first letter in the word is capital, then it is not going to consider it as a keyword. It is going to consider something different. So Java is case sensitive. It considers basically all the keywords starting with the small letters. Like if it is in this structure, if it is like small class like a C, LASS, like a small P, and if it is small letters, if it is starting with the small letters, then only it is going to consider it as a keyword. If it is going to start with the capital letter, then it will treat it as a different word. It will not consider this as a keyword. So this class is different and this class is different only if it is starting with a small letter, then it is a keyword. Otherwise, it is not a keyword. So basically, from this, what we should understand, Java is case sensitive. I should tell you is const and go to are two reserved words, but basically they are not used in Java. We have other three, that is true, false, and null. Basically, they are used in a true, false are used in Boolean. But these three true, false, null are basically not keyword, guys. They are literals. So these are the two important points you need to remember. Now let's see about identifiers. Identifiers. Identifiers are the names given to the classes, methods, variables, packages, interfaces, and then enums. Okay, what are identifiers? So basically, identifiers are just the names, guys, given to the classes and then methods and then methods, and then variables. Basically, mostly we use in the case of class, method, and variables. So identifiers are the names that are given to the class, method, and the variables. And example, we have other like packages, interfaces, enums, annotations, etc. Okay. Example, I'll give an example. Class. Okay. Example, class, and then student. See, in the student, this is a class name, right? The first letter is capital S, okay? And then open bracket, and then after class name, open braces, we have like int age, and then we have a method that is void display, okay? Void display, and then inside this method, so let me not write the print statement. Just I'll close the braces, and again I'll close the braces, and again I'll close the braces. So this is an example, okay? So here student is an identifier, okay? Why student is identifier? As I told you, identifiers are the names that are given to the class, method, variables. So name given to the class means basically class name, right? So class name. What is a student is a class name. Basically this is also an identifier. So student is an identifier, okay? Student is an identifier. Okay, student is an identifier. 1 minute guys. So student is an identifier. And next here age is also an identifier. Age is an identifier because it is a variable name. And display is also an identifier because it is a method name. So identifiers are the names that are given to the class, method, variables. In this example, student is a class name, age is a variable name, and display is method name. So this is about the identifiers. We have the rules of identifiers. Okay. Rules of identifiers, let me tell you. So first rule is that is identifier cannot be a keyword. Identifier cannot be a keyword. What I told you, identifiers are the names that are given to class, method, and variable name. Here class name is identifier, and variable name is identifier, and method name is identifier. So what is first rule? Identifier cannot be a keyword. Identifier cannot be a keyword. Okay, identifier cannot be a keyword. So basically, identifier cannot be a keyword means example, given example. So class if open braces and then close braces. So middle like okay, in this like we'll be having content. Let me not writing the content. So in this example guys, so after this class what I should write? Basically class name, right? So class name is basically I've told you class name is an identifier, but identifier cannot be a keyword according to the rule. So but I've written here keyword if. So basically what is that rule? So according to the rules of the identifiers, identifier should not be a keyword. Identifier cannot be a keyword. It can be a class name, method name, or a variable name. It cannot be a keyword. We should not write, or we cannot write this if or class or else or any other keywords or reserved words instead of these identifiers. So identifier cannot be a keyword. And the next rule is, what is the next rule? So basically next rule is special characters are not allowed. So what special characters are not allowed? We have many special characters, right? We have many special characters or symbols. Okay. But only except dollar and underscore are allowed. So even special characters are not allowed except dollar and underscore. For example, class at demo. So basically, at demo. So at is a at the rate is a basically special character or special symbol, right? So they are not allowed. So special characters are not allowed only except dollar and underscore. If in case in the place of at we have the dollar, this is acceptable. So dollar demo is acceptable. Okay. Even underscore demo is also acceptable. But this other than this dollar and underscore, the other special characters are not accepted or not allowed. So this is another rule. Okay. And the third rule is basically you understood the second two rules, right? And the third rule is basically spaces. So spaces are not allowed. Spaces are not allowed. White spaces, basically spaces are not allowed. Okay. What is spaces? For example, class, bank. Okay, class bank, and then customer. Okay, we have class, bank, and customer. So in this this is a class name, right? Basically, in this case, I didn't write only, I've written only one word, but in this case, after this class followed by, we have the class name. But this class name, actually, I should write bank and customer. I should not give any space. So if I give any space, then it is not going to accept. So what is this? The third rule, basically spaces are not allowed in case of the identifiers. Third rule is basically spaces are not allowed. You need to not give any spaces. White spaces you should not give. You should not give any white spaces. You should directly write other word followed by. Okay. And then we have the fourth rule, like it should not contain or it should not start with any numbers. Basically, identifiers, it should not start with, not start with, it should not, okay, not start with, okay, not start with numbers, not start with numbers, but it can contain numbers, but can contain numbers. One minute. But can contain numbers, but it should not start with numbers. That is basically in the prefix space, it should not start with numbers. It can have the numbers between or in the suffix place, but it should not start with numbers. For example, class 1 and then demo. So basically, this is not allowed. So this is the fourth rule. What are the four rules of the identifiers? Basically, identifier cannot be a keyword, and then identifiers should not contain any special characters except dollar and underscore. Okay. And then third rule is basically spaces are not allowed and in the class name or variable name or method name. And the fourth rule is it should not start with numbers, but it can contain numbers either in the middle or in the suffix, but it should not start with numbers. These are the four rules of identifiers. Okay, I will give you some examples. So you should guess it whether it is a identifier or not a identifier, guys. So, so what are those examples? Okay, first example, class if, class if. So is it a identifier or no? It is not identifier because as I told you, first identifier cannot be a keyword. If is a keyword, so it cannot be accepted. It will throw you an error. It is not accepted, right? And then the second example, class and then int, open bracket and then close bracket. So whether it is accepted or no, this is accepted, guys. Why? As I told you, basically all the keywords are starting with the small. All the keywords are starting with the small letter, right? Basically, int. Int. So this is a keyword. The starting letter is small. But here I have written capital I. So basically, Java is case sensitive programming language. It will consider this int as a different word. It will not consider this as a keyword. So this is another example. Okay. And next we have the another example like class 1 demo. Okay. As I've already given the example. So what is one demo? This is a class name. I told you this fourth one is it should not start with any number. The fourth rule is it should not start with any numbers, but it can contain numbers. So for example, if I write this demo, one demo as demo one, it is acceptable. Okay, first it not accept because it should not start with the numbers, but it can contain or it can end with numbers. It is acceptable. And next, let me write another example like class. Class, okay, class underscore. Okay, class underscore. Open bracket and then, sorry guys, 1 minute. One bracket and close bracket. So now, whether it is accepted or no, yes, it is accepted. As I told you, the second rule, special characters are not accepted except dollar and underscore. Yes, underscore is acceptable. This is identifier. Now now the Java will accept this. Okay. Why this underscore alone can be acceptable? I'll give an example. Okay, like basically, okay, in numbers we have this number. Okay, what is this number? Basically, what is this number? Like how much? This is how much? This is it will cost like 1 crore, right? So sorry, 1 crore. So this is 1 crore. But in computer, so how will you write this 1 crore? You cannot write like in commas, right? Instead of commas, we'll write underscore. Okay, underscore. So underscore and then underscore. So underscore is accepted in Java. This special symbols underscore and dollar are accepted. And then next we have other example like Dhoni. Okay, Dhoni and then class. Is this acceptable, guys? Is it acceptable? No, because as I told you, the syntax of the class should be class and class name. It should not be class name and class. So this is also not acceptable. And then class and then Dhoni. Is it acceptable now? No. As I told you, the always a keyword, as class is a keyword, the first letter should be small, not capital. Even this also, it's not acceptable. And then class underscore dollar, is it acceptable? Yes, it is acceptable. As I told you, special symbols are allowed. And then, okay, next class. Okay, 1 minute, guys. And then class. Okay, this is the last example I'm going to give you. So, class, my class, my balance, my balance. Is it going to accept or no? No, it is not going to accept because there is a white space between the words. So, as I told you, in the third rule, spaces are not allowed. So, basically, these are some example to understand you guys. So, what are these rules of identifiers? Identifier cannot be a keyword. Identifier cannot be a keyword. This is the first example that I have given for this. Identifier cannot be a keyword. And second rule is special characters are not allowed except dollar and underscore. Okay, dollar and underscore. And third rule is spaces are not allowed. Okay, for example, there a bank customer, we cannot give the space between the bank and the customer. And next fourth rule is it should not start with numbers but can contain the numbers. So basically, class 1 demo, it should not start with numbers, can contain the numbers. Either it might be a demo 1 or DE 1 MO. It can be like that, but it should not start with the numbers. So it should, this is wrong. So Java throws an error. So these are all the rules of the identifiers. Okay, I hope you understood. So today we learned class syntax, contents of the class, how to declare a class, how to declare the class name, Pascal case, Camel case, keywords, identifiers, rules of identifiers, and many other things. These concepts form the foundation of the Java programming and will help you write clean and professional Java code. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.